Live 10 at 10.
It's one of the hottest items this Christmas season. Unmanned aerial vehicles, more commonly known as drones, are flying off the shelves and taking to the skies. Good evening and thanks for joining us. Just in time for the holiday season, the Federal Aviation Administration says you have to register your drone beginning December 21st. That's next Monday.
Valley News Team's Cornelius Hocker spoke with a parent today who says the federal law is all about accountability.
For fifth grader Vegas DeWald, that's the sound she wants to hear on Christmas morning. But her father knows this is much more than just the latest new toy.
I think it would be really, really important as a parent for us to have the discussion about, okay, here are the rules with flying drones. Especially with our cameras, we have to respect people's privacy.
Botlink, a Fargo-based company, makes drone operations safer and more efficient. COO Sean Mueller tells us how the Federal Aviation Administration came up with what drones have to be registered.
What weight and flight parameter does cause bodily harm. And they kind of came out with that 0.55 pounds. Anything more than that would hurt somebody, and anything less than that, it not necessarily wouldn't hurt them, but it wouldn't be severe bodily harm.
But don't panic if you've already bought your child a flying helicopter. There are several examples on the FAA's website that show you what you need to register.
The big thing for parents is make sure that you do register these. Make sure that your kids are getting the proper training, the proper tools to equip themselves so when they are out flying, they know what's going on.
If DeWald decides to buy his daughter a drone, he says registering it won't be a big deal to him.
I think if it's regulated, the people that maybe necessarily don't want to have accountability are probably the ones that need the most accountability.
Cornelius Hawker, Valley News Live.
Now, for more information about registering your drone, look for this story on valleynewslive.com.
The body of a 26-year-old man found dead in a bathroom at Columbia Mall today has been identified as Michael Hall of Grand Forks. Officers and paramedics arrived to discover an unresponsive male on the bathroom floor. Grand Forks Police Department says foul play is not suspected and an autopsy is being conducted to determine the cause of death.
Bond was set today for the man charged with torching the Juba Coffee shop in Grand Forks last week. Matthew Gust is charged with arson and faces a maximum of 10 years in prison if convicted. Bail was set at $50,000 with the following conditions: that he's tested for drugs twice a week and can't be in contact with the Juba Coffee shop. Gust is accused of allegedly throwing a bottle of gas through the window of the coffee shop. That started the fire. It hasn't been determined if he's connected to racist graffiti found on the window of the shop before the fire. The business is operated by a Somali family.
The man who was named a person of interest in the disappearance of Jacob Wetterling has been indicted on 25 charges related to possession and receipt of child pornography. 52-year-old Daniel Heinrich has been behind bars since late October when he was charged with 5 counts of possessing and receiving child pornography. And the federal indictment released today adds another 20 charges related to the 19 3-ring binders filled with pornographic images of young boys, his computer hard drive filled with images, and a collection of VHS tapes. When Heinrich was initially arrested, federal investigators named him a person of interest in Wetterling's disappearance, but stopped short of calling him a suspect. Wetterling is not listed in the indictment, and Heinrich has denied any involvement in his disappearance.
Business as usual today at the Cass County Jail. The 110 inmates who were complaining of nausea, stomach cramps, and diarrhea are said to be feeling better. And there have been no new cases since the outbreak yesterday morning. Now, the cause of the outbreak is still unknown. Throat cultures are being collected from the inmates. They're also being asked about the food they ate before the outbreak to see if there is a connection.
Christmas is a time to help those less fortunate. With homelessness such a big problem in the country and our region, there are many that need your help.
A Fargoan is braving the North Dakota winter and raising awareness and money for the cause. Giovanna Simic has our story.
There are nearly 580,000 people experiencing homelessness in the U.S. Fargo resident Eric Jungles hopes to raise money and awareness for the cause by sleeping outside until Christmas Eve.
About 3-4 years ago, I went out for a run after a big Thanksgiving meal, and I got back, and I was so grateful to have a warm place to stay at night. You know, my feet hurt and my hands stung just from the bitter cold, and it was just on my heart to to look into homelessness and maybe do something about it.
Jungles has done this before and hopes to raise more than $10,000 for the National Alliance to End Homelessness. While he's outside, a homeless man will be staying in his condo.
Well, I feel really grateful that he was allowed me to be able to come down here and get away from the bad area where I was at. If it wasn't for him, I'd still be up there bouncing around. First, I thought it's probably only going to be a little while and everything before he gets like everyone else and be like, you got to go. But it made me feel really good that he told me to just take my time and figure things out.
No matter the outcome, Jungles feels this project will shed more light on the homeless problem, not only in the FM area, but also across the country.
I have faith that we'll be able to hit 10,000 before Christmas. And but if we don't, of course, I'll feel anything we can do to impact the situation, I'll be happy.
Ivana Simic, Valley News Live.
And if you'd like to donate to the cause, we have a link for you on how you can do that. Just head to valleynewslive.com and click on this story.
A group is using social media to try and take down a local dog breeder in Detroit Lakes. We first told you about Renner's Kennel and breeder Michelle Sonnenberg a few months ago when they made the horrible 100 puppy mills exposed list. That report came from the Humane Society of the United States. Now there's a Facebook page trying to shut them down, and the county says they are looking into it, but their hands are tied.
At this point in time, because the facilities you talked about are grandfathered in, there's probably not an awful lot we can do. It kind of fall back on the state to take care of them. But moving forward, I believe the county board is open to taking a look and seeing if there's a different role that the county can play.
The county plans on discussing more strict rules about kennels, but wanted to point out a veterinarian did pay a visit to Renner's Kennel just a few weeks ago and found no problems.
The Federal Reserve has raised a key interest rate for the first time since 2006. It jumped 1/4 percentage point to 0.5%. Now, the increase will impact new home loans, credit cards, and also led to a jump in the stock markets today. But it also means that savers will slowly start to earn some interest and make the U.S. dollar stronger, a boon for American travelers overseas.